live, guys. Hello, Nhi. Welcome. Hello, everyone. My name is Teacher Alex, and today we're going to do a lesson on IELTS speaking. So first, I'd like to talk a little bit about IELTS Hackers. So IELTS Hackers is an online English course that we have created, and it will be launching next month. And this online English course is for adult Vietnamese students who would like to get better at English and also prepare for the IELTS test. The first course will be a beginner course, and we'll be using AI to help students receive feedback on their English. So it's very exciting. Hello. Reggie, welcome back. Hello, Chris Ocean. Thanks for coming. So again, this course will be launching next month. I've been a teacher in Vietnam for over 10 years. And one thing I've noticed is that many English courses are just not interesting or relevant to Vietnamese people, mainly from a cultural standpoint. So in our English course, we have many lessons about Vietnamese food, Vietnamese fashion, Vietnamese landmarks to help make those connections with beginner students and just make the learning process a little bit easier and more fun too. So again, that course will be launching next month. We are going to have videos, interactive activities, an AI scoring system, a student book, and also a teacher's book for teachers who want to use this course in the classroom. So stay tuned for that. We will be posting more videos and some teasers about our online English course soon. So please stay tuned for that. Hello. Hello, Huang. Welcome. Hello, Huang Mai. Thank you for joining. So today, we're going to talk about IELTS speaking. But before, we're going to do some warm-ups. You know, just like when you go to the gym, before you do exercise, you need to warm up your body, right? Well, with speaking English, it's important to warm up your mouth and prepare yourself for the speaking ahead. So let's do some vocal warm-ups. These are my favorites. Here's one. Okay. This one is out now, brown cow. Okay, so everyone at home, you can practice with me. Repeat after me. Out now, brown cow. Try the multi-view here. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. So I'm going to invite some people here. You can practice with me. Mirror, there it is. Okay.
You need to click on the...
Okay. So repeat after me again. Out now, brown cow. Again, these are vocal warm-ups to help warm up your mouth. Let's try another one. Unique New York. Unique New York. Get that sound in there. Unique New York. Unique New York. Say it fast. Unique New York. Unique New York. Out now, brown cow. Out now, brown cow. Very good. Good job. Hello, 29 November. Very good. I'm scared of speaking. So Virigi says, you're scared of speaking. I understand, I'm scared to speak Vietnamese sometimes, but you need to face your fears. If you don't face them, if you don't try, you won't get more confident. Okay, so let's practice these one more time. Vocal warm-ups. We have out now, brown cow. Unique New York. Unique New York. Okay? Very good. Hello, Nga. Welcome. Thank you for joining. All right. Very good. So, IELTS speaking. We have 3 parts. Let's start with part 1. Anybody know what is the name for IELTS speaking part 1? What is the name? Let's see. Hello, gang. Hello, Nga. Welcome. Hello, Hui. Thanks for joining. So IELTS speaking part 1. What is the name? Anybody? Short answer. No, that's not right. Hello, fam. Short question. No, that's not right. IELTS speaking part 1. What is the label or the name for this part? Anyone? My name is Alex. Nice to meet you. So part 1 is called the interview. This is the easiest part of IELTS speaking, right? This is basic interview questions about you and your life, your family, your job, your hobbies, your friends, your school, your work, things like that. Basic interview questions, okay? It can be quite short, a few sentences. I see many students, they feel really confident for IELTS speaking part 1, so they just keep going and going and going. Save that for part 2 and part 3. You don't need long answers for part 1, okay? So, does anybody know how much time is IELTS speaking part 1? Anybody? How much time is IELTS speaking part 1? Hello, Tree Cow, welcome. Hello, Kelly, thanks for joining. Hello, Lam. So IELTS speaking part 1 is about 3 to 5 minutes. Not long, quite short. This is the easiest part, right? Just some basic interview questions, okay? So, part 2. What is IELTS speaking part 2 about? Hello, Trikao, welcome. Thanks for joining. Hello, folk. What is IELTS speaking part 2? What is the name of this part? Anybody know? What is it? Give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, IELTS speaking part 2 is called individual long-term. Individual long-term. Individual means just you, one person speaking for a long term, up to 2 minutes, okay? Remember, you have 1 minute to prepare. They will give you a question or a topic, and you will have 1 minute to prepare and take notes. Then you will try and speak for up to 2 minutes about that topic. This is where you really want to showcase your English. You really want to try and talk and give the examiner a glimpse or an idea about your English level. So part 1, quite easy, basic interview questions about your life. Don't need to give long answers for that. Part 2, this is when you need to demonstrate your fluency, okay? Can you speak continuously for up to 2 minutes about a topic, okay? That is called the individual long term. Anybody know how much time is part 2 IELTS speaking? Oh, sorry. Very good, thank you. Vũ Van Ngọc. IELTS, I forgot the L. Yes, IELTS speaking. Thank you. See, teacher makes mistakes too, right? It happens. Very good. Hello, Wang An, thank you. Hello, Trang. So how much time is IELTS speaking part 2? Anybody know? How many minutes? Hello, Ngao. Hello, Wang An. Thank you for joining. Glad to meet you too. TTT, welcome. So, individual long term is about 3 to 4 minutes. So remember, you have 1 minute to prepare, up to 2 minutes for speaking. And remember, one thing that many students don't know is that oftentimes the examiner will ask you 1 or 2 follow-up questions about your answer for part 2. This is like just to test you to make sure that you didn't rehearse your answer. Because a lot of students, they try to memorize a part 2 answer. So not always, but many times the examiner will ask you 1 or 2 more follow-up questions for part 2. Okay, so remember that and be prepared for that. Hello, Alice. Yes, Wien Vu Tung got it. 3 to 4 minutes. That's right. Good job. And the last part, part 3. What is the name for IELTS speaking part 3? What is it? You can answer. Type in the chat. Anybody know? Hello, Taika. What is the answer for IELTS speaking part 3? So we have part 1 is the interview. Part 2, individual long term. And what is part 3 here? Do you know? Hello, my lover. Oh, wow. Am I your lover? I don't know about that. Thank you. Vac MMM. Hello, Young Hai. Welcome. Anybody know the name for IELTS speaking part 3? Any answers? Discussion. Very good. I am Zhao. Good job. Yeah. Discussion. Good job. The funny thing is, it's not really a discussion, right? A discussion is a lot of back and forth, where we're talking freely together. And I ask questions, you ask questions, and we discuss. But for IELTS speaking, you cannot ask the examiner questions. So it's not really a discussion. What it is questions that are more abstract and asking for your opinion, okay? These are more difficult. So like all IELTS skills sections, it gets progressively more difficult. Part 1 is easy, part 2 is a little more difficult, right? It's still about your life. Part 2 is like a memory, something you own, a trip, something like that. But it's still about your life, but you have to speak for, up to 2 minutes. Part 3 is more difficult because these are abstract questions. What are the advantages to disadvantages, what are the advantages and disadvantages to online learning? Or describe Vietnam, what was Vietnam like in the past compared to now, comparing things. So these are more difficult questions, and it will be related to the topic for part 2. So if your part 2 question is, describe a school that you went to, then part 3 is going to be about education. Your ideas, your opinion about education. Advantages, disadvantages, past and future, your opinions, things like that, okay? So how long is part 3? So we have part 1, interview, 3 to 5 minutes. Part 2, individual long-term, 3 to 4 minutes. How much time is the discussion? What do you think? You can type. Wien Vu Tung says 4 to 5 minutes. Hello, Mi Tam. Welcome. Hello, Ngap Hai. Thank you for joining. Hello, Hua. Welcome. That's right. Very good, Tung. Good job. 4 to 5 minutes. So in total, how much time is the IELTS speaking test? How much time? Hello everyone, thank you for joining. We are talking about IELTS speaking. So I'm asking you, how much time is the IELTS speaking test? I am Zhao, 120 milliseconds? No, that's not right. About 15 minutes, yeah. 11 to 15 minutes. That's right. Okay, good job. We have the interview part, remember? We have the individual, long-term, and we have the discussion. All about 15 minutes. So a lot shorter than all the other skills, right? So it's not a long part of the test, but I think that it is the one part of the test that gives a lot of students anxiety, right? Because you have to speak with a real foreigner, and it's in the moment, right? And you don't have a lot of opportunities to check your answers and go over things. It's in the moment, it's very spontaneous, and you really have to perform, right? It's like a performance of your English. So I see that speaking often gives a lot of students anxiety about that. So some things to do to prepare for the IELTS speaking. And a good mindset to have. First off, there are no right or wrong answers to the IELTS speaking test. And let's talk about that for a little bit. So we call this the rubric. That is what the examiner is grading you on, okay? What are they looking for with your answers? So there are 4 categories in the IELTS rubric. What are they? Can anyone type in the chat? What are the 4 things the examiner is looking for? Anyone? So it's all speaking, but there are 4 categories for IELTS speaking. The grading, what are they grading you on? Fluency, very good. Nhạc huy, good job. So one is called fluency and coherence. Good. So that's 1. Number 2. I see pronunciation. Pronunciation. Good job. Pronunciation. Good job. Tiqua and Sunny got that. Excellent. Lexical resource. Le Viet Tan Dat. Good job. Lexical resource, or a simple way to say that is just vocabulary. Good. And the last one, what is it? One more. And Sunny, intonation is part of pronunciation. Okay, intonation is the ups and the downs of our speaking. So for example, would you like to have some ice cream today? We go up. Or statements, I am from America. We go down. That is a part of pronunciation. And then we have an answer. Grammatical range and accuracy. Le Viet Tan Dat. Good job. Just grammar is okay. That's it. So, Sunny, hi Sunny, thanks for your answers, said accuracy. And actually, the great thing about IELTS speaking is there is no accuracy category, okay? So that's what's really great about speaking. You can talk about anything. You can lie. You can make up stories when you're doing IELTS speaking because there is no right or wrong answer. You do need to stay on topic. That will, if you, let's say the question is about technology and you start talking about traveling, that is going to affect your fluency and coherence score. But if the question is describe a trip that you took, do you have to talk about a trip that you took? No. Maybe you talk about a trip that your friend took or a trip that your family took. It's okay. There is no accuracy or task achievement category for IELTS speaking. Okay? Good job, guys. You guys got most of those. Very good. So let's just talk a little bit about these. What does it mean, right? Fluency and coherence. This is kind of a difficult topic, okay? This is very general. And the simple way that I can explain fluency and coherence is this. Can the examiner understand what you're trying to say? Okay, that's it. That's what fluency and coherence means. Your ideas are in your head. Can you communicate them so the examiner understands you? That's one part. The other part is speaking for length, right? So for IELTS speaking part 2, if you only speak for 30 seconds, that's going to affect your fluency and coherence score, okay? But really, it's just your ability to express your ideas in your head. So maybe your vocabulary is not perfect. Maybe your grammar has many mistakes. If the examiner can understand you, you're still going to get a decent fluency and coherence score, okay? I see many students, you know, they want to be perfect when they're speaking. They stop and they think, and they're trying to use the correct grammar and be perfect. If you do that, and you're stopping and you're hesitating and you're going back a lot, that's going to affect your fluency and coherence score. So don't worry so much about making mistakes with fluency. You just want to be able to talk and talk and talk. And good practice is to set a timer, use your phone, and just click for 1 minute, 2 minutes, give yourself a topic, and see if you can talk for up to 2 minutes. Anything. It doesn't matter if you make any mistakes or it's not very good speaking. As long as you can speak for 2 minutes, that's good. That's a good step, okay? And even for writing too. Writing and setting a timer, that can really help your fluency in writing, okay? Very good. So pronunciation is very important too. So intonation, like Sunny said, that's part of intonation, the ups and the downs. But you know, intonation is a little bit more advanced with your English. You can still have robot intonation where you talk like this and everything is very flat. People can still understand you. The most important part of pronunciation is the pronunciation of words, okay? So consonant sounds, vowel sounds, diphthongs, things like that, ending sounds. So for Vietnamese students, a big problem is ending sounds, especially the S's, you know, like for example, girls, boys. So a lot of you guys watching, if you notice that you have problems with pronunciation, work on minimal pairs, like I talked about last week. That will really help you with your pronunciation. So, pronunciation, very important. Vocabulary, okay? Everybody knows what vocabulary is, but what are some types of vocabulary that examiners are looking for, and how to use vocabulary to get a higher band score on the IELTS speaking? So one thing that you really want to focus on is using idioms. Idioms will get you a very high band score on the IELTS speaking test. Can anyone in the chat, can you type an idiom? Any idioms out there, please type in the chat. What is an idiom? Give me an example. Hello, Kim Fung, welcome. Anybody know any idioms? Anyone? So one idiom is, it's raining cats and dogs. So if it's raining a lot outside, like a thunderstorm, you can say, it's raining cats and dogs. Or another example, when you're talking about your home, you can say, home is where the heart is. That means home is where you feel loved and you feel comfortable. So home is where the heart is. That's another idiom. So using idioms can definitely get you a high score. And just using, advanced vocabulary, word families, using different forms of words in the correct way, that's gonna get you a higher score, okay? And then the last one is grammar. So how do we use grammar to get a higher band score on the IELTS test? Obviously, we need to use the grammar correctly, right? Present tense, future tense, past tense, conditionals, perfect tenses. We have to use them in the correct way. But also, to get the higher score in IELTS speaking, we need to use a variety. That's what that grammatical range is. Can you use a variety of different grammar structures? So, especially for part 2 and part 3, can you mix around? Can you use present and future and present perfect and past and continuous all together? That's going to give you the higher score, right? And remember, grammar is just used for telling stories. That's what grammar is, okay? It's helping you tell the story. So when you're learning grammar, you can learn rules and structures, and that's okay. But another really great way to learn grammar is to read books, read articles, watch movies, listen to music. All of these things can help you intuitively learn grammar, okay? Hello, Kim Fung, welcome. Thank you for joining. All right, good job. Okay, so now I'm going to move this closer. And we're going to do some IELTS speaking questions, okay? So I'm going to give you guys some IELTS questions, and I'm going to invite some students to give an answer, and then I will give you some feedback on your speaking. So let's try it. Let's see who is here. Anybody want to practice their speaking? Okay, so we have Ki Mo Hut Bung Doi.
I'm in class, so here is so noisy, so I
Would you
can't.
like to
I
practice
cannot
your
listen.
speaking?
What?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Here in my class is so noisy, so I cannot hear you. So I really want to learn English in evening, but I don't know evening you like or not.
Sometimes I am, yeah. But I can hear you clearly. Do you want to give a question? Try a question. I'll give you a question and you can try to answer.
First now I'm so shy because I have a lot of friends looking at me.
Well, I think you should show your friends that you're confident. And if you're confident, that's going to help your friends to be more confident. And you can spread some confidence all around your classmates. What do you think? Let's try one. How about that? Let's try one question.
What did you say?
Your
Can you say
English-
again? Because I didn't hear you.
I think your English is quite good. So I'm going to ask you one question, okay? And you try to answer it, okay?
Okay.
This will be a part 3 IELTS speaking question. Here it is. The topic is education. Nowadays, many people are moving to online learning. In your opinion, what are the advantages and disadvantages to online learning?
Wait. I cannot hear you now. So
Okay.
here is so noisy. So when I finish my class, I will come. If you today, do you like in evening?
Not today, but maybe next week. So you can follow us, and next week I can go live in the evening and we can talk together.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Phương, but you can call me Finnish because the name in English is easy for you. Call me.
Okay, great. Well, good job with your English. Keep studying English, and I think that you can get another high score on your English. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Let's try Sunny. Hello, Fung.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, I'm very good today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you ready for an IELTS speaking question?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a part 3 question. Here it is. Nowadays, many students are switching to online learning. In your opinion, what are the advantages and disadvantages to online learning?
Well, I think about the advantage. This is very convenient for people who want to learn at home, and I think with a well,
Oh, I lost you there, Sunny. Oh, sorry, Fung. So that was a good answer in the beginning there. It is very convenient. So work on that pronunciation again, Fung. Convenient. Yes, online learning is very convenient. So good job. High five to you. How about Sunny? Are you there, Sunny?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Do you want to try a question?
It sounds so difficult for me, and
Okay.
although I
You want
have
to
learned
try?
English for a long time, I find that I under a lot of pressure when I say something in English.
Well,
I think I
your English is
I
quite
cannot
good.
do it good.
Your English seems quite good. How about an easier one? I'll give you an easier question.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So tell me about a school that you went to.
Uh, the school that I went to was a school which is in Ben Yuen province.
Sure.
Yeah, I live in Ben Yuen province, and when I went to the school there, it was a very small school in a village. But my teachers at that time were all very kind to me, and they all very considerate. They also gave me lots of good lessons, and I learned a lot of good things from them, not only in terms of knowledge, but in terms of becoming a good person. So I really appreciate what my teachers at my high school did for me, and you know now I'm and although now I'm working, and I haven't met my teachers at my school for a long time. I really want to miss them someday in order to say thank you to my teachers. Yeah, because all of the good things that they did for me. Yeah.
That's excellent answer. Very good. Excellent. Let's all clap for Sunny. Good
Yeah,
job.
thank you.
High five to you.
Yeah, thank you.
So now I'll give you some feedback about your English, Sunny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overall, you're quite fluent at English. I would give that score probably around a 6 or a 6.5.
Yeah.
It was really good. You used some different grammar. You used some good vocabulary, like the word considerate,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
you are already, I would say, if you're going on the band scores, it's a good user of English. So for you, what you need to focus on is building up to the next level, using more advanced vocabulary, of more advanced and various grammar structures, idioms. Your pronunciation is quite good. It can always be more advanced, like stressing words stronger, using more stronger intonation. But for you, I think if you wanted to get a higher score, you can really focus more on vocabulary. Like, for example, talking about your teachers. They're nice, yeah, or they're also compassionate, right?
Yeah.
They're compassionate. And an idiom you could use would be like, they really put their heart into their profession,
Yeah.
right? They put their heart into it. That's an idiom, right? They don't literally take their heart and put it into the school. It's right. It's just meaning that they put a lot of care
Yeah.
into teaching, right? So learning those idioms, learning those collocations, that's going to help you get a higher band score. But already you're a really strong speaker, so.
Yeah, thank you so much. And what you have just commented on my pronunciation and the way I use English, I think is correct. And I really know that is my mistakes. And but you know, because in everyday conversations, I only use some simple words, simple vocabulary items. So I think it's so difficult for me to change this bad point in my English. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, it is difficult to become advanced at pronunciation, right? It's a very quick learning curve, like anything, you know, learning a new skill. In the beginning, we learn the basics quickly, but then to become advanced, it's tiring, it's painstaking. You have to do a lot. To move into more advanced pronunciation would be to mimic good speakers like Barack Obama, right, for example, and then you try to mimic it using vocal coaching techniques. These are techniques that like actors use to try and get specific accents. That can also help you with more advanced pronunciation techniques. So, you know, watching movies, watching TV shows, and listening to native speakers and try to mimic them, you know, like mimic the way that they stress words. I notice with your English, you pronounce the individual words very clearly. It's almost perfect. But to get advanced, you should work on that up and down intonation more. You have a little bit more monotone intonation. So that would be your next step in your journey is to work on that advanced intonation and also word stress or sentence stress and things like that. So.
Yes, thank you so much.
Good job, Sunny. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
My pleasure. All right, let's try somebody else. No problem. How about Min Huai has requested. Hello, Min Huai. Are you there?
You call me?
Yes. Would you like to try an IELTS speaking question?
Yes, why not?
Okay, sure. So let's talk about social media. I want you to tell me, in your opinion, what are the advantages and disadvantages to social media?
Well, as I know, social media has been increasingly popular right now, but it also has some advantages and disadvantages. Let's talk about advantages. I know that social media bring me some, some benefit to learn online or just do some recreational activities online, like play games or chat with my friends in my leisure time. And in terms of the disadvantages, we are, if some people who are learn at the school, there's sometimes they are bullied online, and I think that's all. I'm just a little bit.
Excellent. Wow, Min Huai. Let's all clap for Min Huai. Great, great answer. You have really good English. You almost sound like a native speaker. So your pronunciation almost sounds like American style, right? Very crisp, very clear, good intonation. You have good vocabulary. The only thing that I would recommend with you is to work on, speaking at length, and that's really about fluency and coherence, right? You kind of struggled about what to say. So, that's a part 3 question. So you need to be prepared to give your opinion, support your opinion, give examples, things like that, right? And that's really about learning the structure and the strategies. It's not really like everyday English. Already I can see you're fluent in everyday English. You could go anywhere in the world, you could communicate with anyone, and you're basically like a native speaker already. So that's excellent. So for you need to really focus on the test-taking strategies, how to structure your answer, have a toolbox. We call it like your toolbox, so that when you're struggling to think about what to say, you can dig into your toolbox and you can bring something out that will help you to keep going and keep talking, because you can. I know you can. You have the English. You are just struggling to pull things out for you to say. So one technique that I can give you is to keep asking yourself, why? That will help you to keep going, right? So for example, what are the advantages of social media? Well, you can connect with people all over the world. Why? Connecting with people all over the world opens the door to many new opportunities. Why? Well, let's say, for example, you meet somebody in Dubai, and this person is a business owner, and then you meet them and you form this relationship, and then you could have a business contact that might be very beneficial for you in the future, right? You can just keep going, why? And there are lots of different techniques that you can use. So, a lot of students, they're not ready for IELTS test taking strategies yet in Vietnam, right? They're not at your level, so they need to work up, build their foundation, their general English foundation for a long time before they move into specific IELTS training. You're already there, so you can just focus strictly on those IELTS test taking techniques, and you could achieve 8, 9 band score on the IELTS speaking test. So that would be my advice for you.
Thank you. Actually, it's been a while that I don't use English, so I'm really grateful when you say that. Okay.
Oh, you must have studied and practiced before, or maybe you watch a lot of movies because your English is really good. So
Yeah,
great
thank you
job.
so much.
No problem. Hello, Purple. Purple asks, what time do you usually live? So during the week, we have one set live stream on Friday at 3 p.m. That is set every week, and then during the week, usually Wednesday or Thursday or sometimes Tuesday, I'll come on at various times, whenever I can. We'll try to set more set times throughout the week, but just follow IELTS Hackers, and we'll be happy if you could join us next time. So thank you. Hello, JC. Welcome. How humble. Thank you. All right, let's try one more. Who would like to? Okay, JC. Or actually, Pham Duc Huy was waiting for a long time, so we'll give him a try. Hello, Mr. Huy.
Hi, Mr. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Alex. Nice to meet you.
Okay, hi, Alex. Nice to meet you too.
Would you like to try an IELTS speaking question?
Yes, that's the purpose why I'm here, because I've been talking and using English for a long time, but I never tried to take an IELTS test before. So, yeah, why not? Let's go.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to give you a part 2 speaking question. So you don't have much time to prepare, but you can just try your best and just talk naturally. So your question is, or your task is, to describe a memorable trip that you went on. So go ahead.
Yes, the most memorable trips that I ever had is when I was in the Philippines around 2 years ago. In 2019, I tried to have some trip to travel, but the funny thing is when I traveled to the Philippines in 2019, it was a COVID era. You know COVID? Yes. So I cannot turn back to Vietnam anymore. So I stayed in the Philippines for more than 2 years, and it was it was a very struggling for me to live there alone, and it's very hard because I need to find some jobs. I needed to find some jobs. I need to learn something, and I need to do anything by myself. I don't have any acquaintance or friends or any family member there. So actually, it's very hard for me at that time. But in that situation, I'm trying my best to live alone, and it's helped me a lot in the future and even in now. I learned how to live alone. I learned how to cook, how to find a job, how to do everything by myself. And I think that trip is very memorable for me, and I will never forget about that.
Wow, very good, Huy. Let's all clap for Huy. Great answer. High five to you.
Yes, thank you.
Good job. And you didn't even take 1 minute to prepare. So that's excellent. And you spoke for at least 2 minutes there. So overall, really great job. I would give that around a 5.5 to 6.0 score. And let me give you some feedback now, Huy.
Yes.
your fluency and coherence is very high. That means that all of the ideas that you had in your head, you were able to express to me very easily so that I could understand very clearly everything that you were trying to say. You made a few small mistakes with your grammar and your pronunciation, but it wasn't enough that I didn't understand what you were trying to say, right? So that is very high. Fluency and coherence is a strength for you. Also, I would say that your grammar is quite good. Although you didn't use a variety of different grammar structures, you used the past tense quite well, okay, and not many mistakes with that. So just kind of like why before, you're at a very strong level already. And there's just the normal things that you need to do to advance yourself to get the higher band scores, more advanced vocabulary, cleaning up some of the mistakes with your pronunciation and your grammar, learning the idioms, right? You know, for example, you were talking about your trip to the Philippines, right? And it sounded like it wasn't really planned so much. You didn't have a job, you didn't know many people, you just kind of went there. So one idiom that you could use that's a really great idiom is you were flying by the seat of your pants. Okay, this means you just go and you have no plan and you just do whatever you want, you have no plan. That's an idiom we use for that. It's called flying by the seat of your pants. I don't know where that idiom came from, but that is a common idiom we use for situations that you don't plan, okay? Idioms are just so great for vocabulary. Number one, they help you get a higher band score. Number two, idioms help you learn more vocabulary. And yeah, you learn the meaning of the idiom, but you also learn the individual words that make up the idiom. For example, flying, by the seat of your pants, right? You learn all of those individual vocab and the whole meaning of the idiom, and it just helps build your vocabulary much, much faster. But overall, very good job, Hui.
Okay, thank you. Actually, can I have one question for you?
Sure.
So as you know that as you know, in my answer, I will try to keep my fluency and coherent. But the thing is, sometimes I made grammar mistake, and I knew that. Should I try to fix that, or I will continue to talking to continue my answer, or I will stop there, fix my grammar mistake, and then after that I will continue to talk?
Honestly, I don't think you have a big problem with your fluency and coherence. You know, you were able to speak at length. You don't seem to struggle to express your ideas. So for you, I would focus a lot on reading articles, reading books, and that's going to help you build really all of your skills when you start reading. You know, when you're at your level, I always recommend students who are around your level, who are already quite strong in English and they're looking to advance themselves, is to read more good writing, books, articles, magazine articles. That's going to really help build your vocabulary and your grammar. And in the end, that will help your fluency and coherence too. Because you know what? It's all kind of tied together. You know, fluency and coherence is tied to your vocab. It's tied to your grammar. It's tied to your vocab. Right? In the beginning, we focus on a lot of just vocabulary and pronunciation, just to give you some building blocks, you know, so that you have somewhere to start. But at your level, if you start reading more, that's going to help all of your skills. So that would be my advice for you. Thank you, Hui.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. Yes, bye.
So, JC has a very interesting comment in the chat box. JC says, makes no sense to talk with idioms, which you won't use when you are talking in general English. Very good. Thank you for your comment, JC. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Please, guys, if you have opinions or comments or questions, type it in the chat box. I've gotten this question before, that are idioms only useful for IELTS? I'm here to tell you, JC, they're not. If you listen to a native speaker speaking with people in their country or with their friends, they use idioms all the time. All the time. Idioms are very much part of general English, albeit, more advanced general English, but, it's not necessary. What it does, it helps you condense what you're saying into a smaller time frame. And when you're communicating with other native speakers, right, we're trying to save time. We're trying to get our point across in a shorter time frame. And idioms help you cut to the point very clearly, because we have idioms, all types of idioms for very specific situations. So the truth is that learning idioms is not just for IELTS. Learning idioms is really a part of moving into even advanced general English, for sure. So thank you for your comment. Okay, guys, so Tui Ween says, I'm looking for improving vocab. Good, so I'll give you a tip. Very important that all language learners need to have a system for recording and reviewing your vocabulary that you learn, okay? So, let me turn off the guest thing now. So when you learn new vocabulary, whether it's in your class, whether it's watching a movie, maybe you're going through your book, your grammar book, your vocab book, you need to have a system. And the best system is called a SRS system. It's called a spaced repetition system. There are apps for this that make it very easy, like Anki or Memrise. These are apps to help you record and review your vocabulary. So you can think about this logically, right? When you learn a new vocabulary word, you remember it very soon, right? If I learn the word dog, the next day I will probably remember that word. But maybe 3 months from now, I will not remember it because I haven't reviewed it. So an SRS system gives you the vocab that you learned a few months ago right now. So this is what we call a spaced repetition system. So you're reviewing old vocab and then you move closer to the present. So you need to have that system. And once you have that system, it's just time, reviewing and recording over time. You're going to build your vocabulary. Once you get to a solid foundation, like you heard all of our speakers today, Huai and Hui and Sunny, they already have a strong foundation of English. I always recommend that those students start reading a lot, right? Even if you don't understand 100% of it, like if you're reading a novel, even if you're quite strong at English, if you're not a native speaker or native reader, you're not going to understand 100% of it. But if you can understand 70% of it, that is going to be so valuable to you. You're going to be able to learn lots of new vocabulary very fast just from the context, okay? So if you already have a strong foundation of English, my advice for you to learn vocab and more grammar is to read. Read interesting books, read interesting magazine articles, anything that interests you, that's going to help you so much. The problem is not many people read enough lately. We watch a lot of movies and we are on social media, but not a lot of people read a lot. So if you are the one who does do that, you're going to become miles ahead of everyone. So thank you for your question. I know, JC, people don't like to read anymore. You know, reading is a skill that takes time to develop. In the beginning, if you're not a reader, it's going to be hard. You know, your eyes are going to get tired. But over time, you'll get just better and better. And try to find materials that you're interested in. That's really important. If you're bored, it's just going to be useless for you. So try to find stuff that you're interested in. That's going to help it a lot more. Hello, Trang. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Let's see, any other questions here? All right, nothing. So thank you guys so much for joining. Smile. It was such a pleasure to give you a lesson today. We'll go live again on Friday at 3 p.m. Just as a reminder, we are the IELTS Hackers team. We have created an online English course that will be launching next month using AI technology and our own homemade, in-house developed by me and my team here of content relevant to Vietnamese adults. So we have lessons about Cam Tam, we have lessons about Goi Kun, we have lessons about traveling to different destinations around Vietnam. We have lessons about Vietnamese fashion like Ao Dai. So I think it's relevant to Vietnamese. It's going to be fun. It's going to be engaging. So please stay tuned for that. We'll be talking about in the later live streams. And please join us next time. Follow us on IELTS Hackers. Follow us on Facebook, IELTS Hackers. And we will see you on Friday. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. See you on Friday. Okay, I'll answer this question real quick. So, hi teacher, I heard there are some changes in scoring this year. Is it true? In terms of requirements for different study abroad or work visa requirements, there are some changes. I don't know of any specific scoring changes by IELTS themselves, except for the fact that now, for some situations, they will allow you to retake one or more skills in the test, but I'm not aware of any changes in the scoring system, but maybe I have not heard about that and I'll do some research for you, okay? Thank you for your question, guys. Goodbye.